Guys, in this video we're going to be taking a look at Deep Black, of course, for the PC. This has been heralded by some as Dead Space underwater, and since I'm a big fan of Dead Space, you can imagine how excited I was at this prospect. It's worth noting that the install music on this game is actually rather cool. So anyway, that's beside the point, of course. So menu system at the start is fairly slick. That's my initial impressions. I'm not going to bother to go into how to play or controls or anything. Instead, we're just going to quickly check video. You'll notice that some of them are set to low or normal. It doesn't seem to be a way of getting them higher than that, unless I'm missing something or another. So anyway, we're going to go with new game, and I feel easy would be the best. Normal would be the best setting to start with. So, first thing I'll say is I do really like the stylized visuals of the cutscenes. There doesn't appear to be any narration in them, but I do quite like them, especially in some instances, such as just before it faded in there, from animation, from drawing to CG. It slightly reminded me of the Shank 2 cutscenes. Anyway, I feel that most people are not really going to care about this, they're going to want to see the game itself. So I'm going to escape that, go through the door on your left, okay, fair enough. Alright, we have control, as you'd expect. Mouse looks around, and WASD is indeed move, and shift runs, which is great. We'll pick up some ammo, and we'll pick up some more ammo. Apparently we can get into cover here, great. So space does that for us. That wasn't exactly the most accurate I've ever been in my life. So because this system actually works similar to Gears of War or various other games, you can lean over like that and do a little bit of burst fire, or lean completely over. Obviously, if you don't lean completely over, then you'd be missing some of the accuracy that you'd otherwise have. So it looks like we're going to be heading underwater, which of course is the premise of the game. So let's have a little dive, so to speak. Okay, I'm underwater. Okay, you can shoot underwater, which is the first test. Okay, so we have an objective over here. There is some pop-up in certain areas, however, the water effects themselves do look pretty nice. Press space to take cover. Reprogram the node over the gate to open it. Press to lock on the node. Okay. I see. Aha! It was telling me a tad early, but I get it. Ah, that's kind of cool. The water effects fill in. Okay, so it seems like we have to hold down space to use a jetpack. Okay, awesome. Apparently we can't go down that, so it looks like we have to go up. Okay. I see. I see. I see. Right. Reprogram the scout drone in the same fashion as you did in the node. If it stops shooting me, it would be kind of handy. Yeah. Wow, all the way back here. Are you serious? I'll give it one more shot. If not, we'll skip the tutorial, I feel. That was a bit ridiculous. Okay, he's dead. Right, now let's move on. Right, down we go. Barrels do have nice physics. I will say I'm relatively impressed with the water. Now, press space to take cover, which could be interesting since it's the same button as boost. I'm not sure if I particularly like that, but... Oops. Try to skip the cutscene there. Okay. Awesome. Okay, well, we're not going to make any progress yet because the water's still filling up. Okay, we know that. Okay. There we are. And again. There we are. Ah, there we are. So apparently I now have it. Or I could just take that one as well. Oh crap. Swim to the underwater tunnel. Fair enough. Right. I think I'm slowly starting to get the hang of it somewhat. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I taught her how to do that.
I see. Let me patch her in.
Piers, how the hang
Voice acting doesn't sound so bad.
Crazy bitch. Glad you're still alive.
It's actually fairly decent. Graphically underwater, the lighting is just really nice. You can definitely see the light streams, and I mean, I've not been deep sea diving before, but I imagine it does look fairly, you know, close to this in terms of the lighting, for example, how the sun would penetrate the ocean. I'm possibly speaking rubbish, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. However, I'm just judging by a few documentaries I've seen and some Hollywood movies, so how well that's going to go.
Garen is especially interested in something called ignotum.
Ignotum.
But no one seems to know what it
Okay.
is exactly.
Orders confirmed.
I wasn't even reading that, to be honest. I actually thought that was subtitles for a second, so anyway. Let's just skip this. So, find the grid gate and blah. Okay, that's quite a long ass distance. Alright. Sometimes you must boost or the current is too strong, apparently. Which is not exactly helpful. I have to admit, I do have kind of a, like... Oh, bollocks.
Al-Azra?
Negative. Too high tech.
Grenade out!
Oh, no. I have a feeling that could be a very good idea. Where's the boom? No boom? They could have armed me better. The fact that I'm almost out of ammo is not exactly a plus. Though I suppose I do have... what the hell is this guy's corpse? Ah. Let's see. Swim into that. Here we are. Filled. Surprised they didn't give me a little bit more ammo at the start. It wasn't exactly the most generous. We'll quickly reload, however. But this pistol seems unlimited. Get a shot at, I think. Now, I'm not sure if my health regenerates. It seems to auto-regen as far as I can tell, which is somewhat different to, say, Dead Space. I'm not even sure if I'm killing this guy, to be honest. Let's try and get a bit closer. There we are.
He's hiding there!
Takes a little bit of getting used to with the underwater controls. feel we'll switch back to the rifle and try and take this guy. There we are. That was much more effective. I feel I was shooting him, but the distance probably wasn't doing my favours. Oh, he does not sound like he's enjoying that at all. Don't mind me, dude, I'm just stealing your weapon. I feel he was drowning underwater, which is probably not too pleasant. Right, I think we can probably hack this. So, you don't have to press anything, it does that automatically. Find the grid gate and reprogram the computer. Find and engage the valve to start off the steam current. Okay, fair enough. Very nice water effects.
Some kind of robotic healer.
What the hell? Okay, F, 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 and F.
High-tech diving suits, robotic drones. Something's wrong.
And he goes bang. The only thing I don't like about quick time events such as those, and I've mentioned this in a previous video I think, ooh, secrets, awesome, is that when you have to hammer, say, the F button on a keyboard, it's not the easiest and it's not intuitive, at least for me. I'm sure there are some people who probably strongly disagree with that statement, but I'm not one of them. But anyway, I'm not saying it's a particularly bad, oh god. This time I'm ready for it and hamming early. There we go. It's actually fairly easy. At least I don't have to concern myself with using ammo. Right, let's see. I'm assuming you don't fire something into this, I'm assuming we have to go closer to it, okay. Okay, so he does that automatically, no need for a quick time event there. Awesome. Alright, let's go between these two pipes and through this grid. I'm fairly impressed with the graphics, as I've previously mentioned. Oh, damn it. I was trying to shut one of my curtains there as the light decided that it would go straight in the screen and start to basically obscure my vision, which is far from ideal. I have a feeling I'll probably want to get far away from that. Let's have a quick look in these. It seems fairly standard that there always seems to be ammo in those, so I feel it's probably a good practice to keep checking them.
Got a visual. Guards on the bridge.
You can take them out quietly with your harpoon.
Acknowledged.
Should I ask how you use a harpoon? On a person? No?
Got a visual.
Oh. Oh, there we are. Oh! Well, I wasn't expecting that, if I'm honest. That was a tad more brutal than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be drag him in and, you know, that was pretty much it. But no, he drowns, so fair enough. Right, speaking of harpoon. Ah, so this is one of those sections where I get out of the water for a little bit. It's kind of interesting change. Of course, with Dead Space, rather than going into in and out of water, you would of course go into the vacuum of space, which I quite like the voice where it would say, entering zero gravity, entering vacuum. And of course you would always then panic as your air was running out rather rapidly. This does not seem to be the case with this game, however. I'm not sure if the air supply is exactly unlimited, but it certainly doesn't seem to be a particular issue, at least yet. Oh, you can roll apparently, interesting. Press E. Okay, so that unlocks that. Fairly simple puzzle solving so far, if you can even call that a puzzle. Have a quick look on land since I'm actually up here. Graphics are fairly nice even up land. Oh gosh, I've made some friends. Who, me? Never. This place is going to turn to Swiss cheese. That one guy is... Owie. Somehow, I don't know if it's just me, but I could swear he's firing through cover. Bloody hell, they're done. Guns do a lot of damage. Okay, he's done. And that guy's done. Awesome. Actually, didn't even notice the red belt though, if I'm totally honest. Let's see. Pick up this ammo. Let's have a quick little sneaky look in here. What were they doing in here? That's the question I want to know. There are a few glitches in the graphics, as nice as they are, such as that. It's not unforgivable, but it just somewhat goes to spoil the otherwise really nice atmosphere. It's also quite interesting how you can't say go cover there. It will only seems to be certain allocated sections, which isn't terrible. It's just slightly irritating. I have a feeling that could be a cause for frustration in certain instances. Let's just quickly hack this door. I'm somewhat getting used to the underwater controls. They're actually not that complicated. And they kind of resemble Dead Space when you're flying sections. And crap. Basically, the controls handle very similar to the zero gravity sections of Dead Space. So if you've played that game and you're relatively familiar with how it controls, it's very similar to that actually.
Contact kamikaze mines.
Ouch. I'd rather they not be mine, but alright. Okay, let's get used to this. And we're going up into another bridge. I have a feeling that leaking is probably not for the best. Let's see. There doesn't seem to be anything specifically amazing around here. The environments are fairly drab on land, although I'm saying that very early on, of course. No, I actually had a feeling that that was going to rile some company. It appears that the water level is rising somewhat. So we now should, in theory, be able to get up here.
Situation report.
Colonel, this mission is frag. No terrorists, no hostages. These guys are corporate soldiers. They've got IHS insignia.
Ishiguro Himmel Systems.
Can't
Wow.
tell if this whole thing is hinky.
Ishimura from Dead Space. Even his suit is similar.
Copy.
I can see why some people would call it a Dead Space rip-off and, you know, water. I mean, that's not to say it's bad. I'm just, you know, saying that there are some coincidences with the naming conventions and his suit design. But whatever. I'm not the creators of.
He's here.
Oh gosh. Wow, this guy's reactions are fast. He probably did not like that. He probably did not appreciate me shooting him in the face one little bit. Let's see, let's quickly get up here. If I need to pick up this guy's weapon. There's a lot of sealed doors. I don't know why, but that's just really fun. Also, to be honest with you, sometimes I'm getting confused and pressing the space bar to... that looks fairly far away, but should be able to reach it. I'm also pressing the space bar occasionally to run, when of course it is not. It's actually shift on the ground when you're actually not underwater, but underwater it's space, which is kind of strange. Okay, so we could probably shoot that until Timbuktu, but it's not going to happen. There we are.
Visual on some kind of drone.
Ow! Blast it.
Looks like it's got motion scanners.
That was somewhat irritating.
Visual on some kind
This
of
boosts
drone.
really, really fast, I feel.
Careful. Looks like it's got motion scanners.
That was better. Right.
Disable it.
Try to hit the scanners with your harpoon.
Never heard of Al Azrod using unmanned vehicles before.
Can we just kill the fish? No, we cannot kill the fish. They are apparently bulletproof. Fair enough. It's quite nice how you can still move while you're hacking. Oops. There we are.
Visual on more hostiles. They buy corporate security.
Kill them. Check their corpses for insignia.
That guy's not friendly whatsoever. I don't have grenades, although that could possibly change somewhat. That guy should be taken out at the very least.
Hostiles are corporate. They work for Ishiguro Himmel Systems.
Yes. Why would Sterling send us after corporate security guards?
To be fair, the accuracy is actually fairly good, even under really rapid fire. Combat so far is not particularly challenging. Let's see. Anything up here I should be concerned about, or it's quite nice how that does move when you're shooting it. Let's have a quick look. Or maybe you can't run on the ground. I could have sworn I did that in the thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, just missing one button. No. Picked up a shot. Oh, this could be interesting. Quite nice detailing actually on the
Labs should be up ahead.
owie. It's quite nice detailing actually on the rock textures. They actually look fairly good. Ammo does not seem to be particularly limited at the moment. Of course, it is somewhat early, so that could always, of course, change. I just wanted to see if that would blow the fence. Apparently not. Bit of a shame, but fair enough.
LT, I got word to General. He's going to patch in with some updated intel.
There's no sense in pushing forward if the objective can't be completed.
Negative. General says move in.
Okay, fair enough. Descent to Antioch.
Still no hostage.
I will say that the loading times are actually really fast. I'm not actually editing the loading times in case you guys were curious.
Contact on one.
Hi. Ow! Are you... I don't even know how to feel about that. That was actually ridiculous.
Visual one shooter.
That was actually ridiculous. I could not actually move and raise my weapon. That was actually kind of silly, but never mind.
He's behind that cover.
I was trying to use the grappling hook, but apparently it doesn't work. I wanted to see if I could pull them over Scorpion style, but no, not so much. Let's see.
I don't have a visual.
So far, my main complaint with the... Sorry, I just want to quickly see this guy serve. So far, I'm not having any problems with the cameras or anything like that. The game does have a few slight irritations, such as in certain areas it's well too easy to die. The combat so far doesn't seem particularly challenging. It basically just fall into the bullets, and to be honest, I'm not particularly paying attention while I'm in combat, if I'm really honest. Ooh dear. That isn't to say it's not completely unsatisfying, and obviously I'm really early on, so I don't have most of the really fun weapons. For all I know, there could be a grenade which throws... Sorry, just checking something. Shadow doesn't look awful actually. For a second I thought it glitched, but no, it's fine. Let's see. It's kind of irritating how you can't hustle it, so to speak, on land. Also, for some reason I cannot walk up that, which is somewhat odd. I suppose it's not as though you could, but or would want to, but it's just a bit weird that you can't. Let's see. Pick up ammo, I think. Oh, maybe I'm at max. Yeah, apparently 320 is your max. Okay, fair enough. Okay, and that does various cool things, I'm assuming. So far it's not like a puzzle element. Okay, so basically we are now back underwater, which is definitely what I feel the game does best. Let's see. Okay, I've reached a checkpoint. Oh, blast. Those suicide bombs are actually fairly irritating. Okay, so fairly linear path so far. These drones are not really particularly anything other than a subtle annoyance, as they don't even manage to get a hit on you before they go kaboomski. Alright. You can come in here. You're fine. Quite nice you can actually still shoot the corpse, actually. Okay, so back above the waterline, so to speak. Fair enough. Ah, crap over. Who the hell is he speaking to? I'm assuming the fact he's not popping his head back up, he's probably dead. Yep, he is indeed. Back under the water we go. Oh, lost it. They are just irritating additions to the game. Although it is quite fun to stab them, to be fair. We'll just leave you behind to blow up. I feel that's the best approach. Still fairly linear path. It's not that I'm not enjoying the game or anything, it's just fairly linear. Quickly hack this. I'm not sure what it is exactly. So, shot in the face, and then stabbed in the throat, and then left to drown, I feel is probably not going to make this guy too happy with me, but, you know, never mind. Okay, so we have to go back up here, fair enough. Jet across.
Contact on one. Firing now.
Oh, he was taken out relatively quickly. Must have shot him in the head or something. Fair enough. Frame rate isn't bad. I mean, I'm getting usually... Oh, crap. Ouch. Okay, that guy's taken out. Sweet. I will say that so far the general environments, above ground in particular, are fairly bland.
Auto turret.
Oh, blast
I
it.
noticed, but thank you.
It looks... Like they have slight reload sessions. Ow! Wow, that was a really crap death animation. Right, let's have another shot. Nice far distance back, that's not exactly helpful. Okay, you can just die again. Ah, there we are. Wrong way. Not exactly great. There we are. Alright, let's quickly run around. Do.
Enemy contact.
Oh, something certainly contacted you. Several things of lead, I'd assume. Alright. Okay, he's done. Okay, they're all finished. Sweet. Where the hell did you come from, dude?
Watch it, LT. Auto turret.
I noticed, but thank you.
I can't use the hacking device up here. And I'm assuming I could most likely shoot this thing until the cows come home. It looks to be armoured. Give it a few more shots just to make sure. Oh no, there we go. That's one out. And that's the next one out. Alright, that's not so bad. Ah, interesting. Well, I'm not exactly hiding, to be fair.
Roger that. Clear for direct action.
Hello? No checkpoint. There we are. Okay. I feel that's a relative... Okay, I feel we've got a relatively good section now for the game. I don't think it's worth me continuing. I probably would continue a little bit further by myself, and maybe see if the game changes at all later. However, my closing thoughts are, the game's fun. It's got a few annoying things, especially with close range combat on the surface. It can be almost unfair, especially if someone smacks you with a rifle, but by the time you actually manage to react, you're pretty much dead. And you saw that guy actually fist fight me and basically punch me out, and I was trying to just test basically to see if I could raise my weapon up, and you couldn't. I basically was locked in combat, locked down. I just basically couldn't do anything. So that's a tad frustrating. However, the game is quite fun. I'm not quite sure it's as scary as, say, Dead Space, although Dead Space is not exactly particularly terrifying. But would I say that the game's worth purchasing? I think it depends upon the price point. If it's, you know, £30 or £40, for example, possibly not. But on the other hand, you might love it. So give it a shot. I definitely would say it's certainly not one of the worst games I've ever played. I'd definitely say it's a fun game, and I'd probably, you know, rate it 7.5 or 8 out of, you know, 10. But obviously this is very early on. It could get a hell of a lot better than this. I'm fairly impressed with the game's engine, the game's aesthetics. There are a few bugs here and there with the, you know, the graphics, but they're not bad. They're not you know, completely ruining of the atmosphere. Some of the areas just look a tad bland as all, but it's no worse than a lot of games. It's certainly not Mass Effect 3, but then what is? And obviously that's going to be the big game everyone's waiting for, which is probably going to be released, you know, well, probably even by the time you actually get to read this video or listen to this video. So anyway, closing thoughts: Deep Black, good game, worth playing if you're into this kind of thing. If you're not heavily into it, then you might want to give it a miss, or at least wait for the lower price point. Either way, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Take care and speak to you soon.